Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my finale for my Pan That palette for 2023 project. So, this has been an interesting year. I ended up doing a custom palette this year of singles, and then I also did like a quarterly face palette, which I really enjoyed doing this. It was a little bit different. It kind of kept things like interesting, yet I was still using products. So let's start off with the face palette. So the last quarter I was using the Cover FX. The official name is Perfector Face Palette in light and medium. Just to kind of recap, I did use the e.l.f. Soft and Subtle palette, the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, the Benefit Cheek Leaders, the Jouer Cheeky Summer Duo, and the ABH Glow Kit. So it's like a combination of different kinds of face palettes over the full year. This is the one that I've been using the last 3 months. Visually, not gonna look like anything. The middle pan, you can maybe see it a little bit there. I got a good dip in the finishing powder. I was kind of focusing on that the past few weeks. I kind of enjoyed just playing with the finishing powder again. That was just, again, it's a little bit shimmery, it's a little nice, just kind of felt a bit zhuzhy using it. Yeah, I'll put the side-by-side photo up. It really won't look like anything. But last month, this palette was 163.47 grams. It's now, oh no, that's not the right month. Let's actually go to the right month. Last month it was 162.98 grams. It's now 162.55 grams. That's a difference of 0.43 grams. And in total I used 1.03 grams of this palette. And then combining all of those palettes, in total I used 3.96 grams of product. So almost 4 grams of product, which is maybe on the grand scheme of things. I mean, I've been watching other people's like Project Pan stuff and their finales, and I'm like, that number is not huge, but for me, it's pretty big, and for me, it's good because my face palettes have been neglected. That's why I did the project the way I did it. That's why I wasn't going to focus on one and just work on one, because I knew I was not going to finish one. That's also why I've been like not buying face palettes, because they just get neglected in my collection. So I'm really happy with how this sort of quarterly rotation went with this project. It really helped me get to know my face palettes. I decluttered a couple of I decluttered the 2 e.l.f. palettes and the Benefit Cheek Leaders palettes that I had, because I just know I'm not using them. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this went, because this palette like was barely used before doing this project. So it's nice to know that I really like this palette. I can take it traveling with me if I want. The blush is a little intense. I would say that's probably my least favorite thing. But what I could do with this is I could just like mash that up and mix it in with like maybe a translucent powder or something to like lighten it up, like desaturate it a little bit, or mix it with like another blush color entirely and create something new. But yeah, overall I enjoyed this palette and I enjoyed how this part of the project went. And then the next part of the project is my eyeshadow palette, and I didn't finish anything. I thought I could. I thought I could finish these 2 on this side. There's a lot more in the white shade than I thought there was. I mean, it kind of looks like it's an empty pan, but there was more product in there than I realized. I worked really hard on this guy. I will put up the side-by-side. I'm hoping that one's going to show a lot of change, because I did work really hard on that one, but I didn't quite get it finished. So going through this palette, each particular shade, the white square here was 1.17 grams. It's now 1.16 grams. Oh, let me actually do my math on that one. So that's a difference of 0.01 grams. This medium brown shade, it was 1.13 grams. It's now 1.03 grams. That's a difference of 0.01 grams. And you can see my little, oh, where is he? My little cone head. Here he is. We're getting close to, I might be able to take it off tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I think he's in good shape. I think probably tomorrow we'll be ready to take it off. Where was I? So in total I used 0.35 grams of this eyeshadow. This one was from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is in white chocolate. Last month this was 4.68 grams. It's now 4.56 grams. That's a difference of 0.12 grams. And in total I used 0.24 grams. This Maybelline, from a Maybelline quad, this gray shade was 3.49 grams. It's now 3.47 grams. That's a difference of 0.02 grams. And in total, I used 0.08 grams. And this one is from a Rimmel palette, and it was 2.01 grams, still 2.01 grams. This one, because I was so focused on using this guy, I kind of neglected this brown one because there's not really a whole lot of depth between the two shades to I am using both of them. They don't really go well together though, if that makes sense. Like there's depth, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they don't go super well together with their tones. So I tend to use one or the other, not really both. So yeah, I don't know if I finished saying the weights on this one. Yeah, so it was a difference of 0, and then in total I used 0.11 grams. And then this one was just in the last couple months. It was a Pure Nata shade called Illusion, and last month it was 4.01 grams. It's now 4 grams, so it's a difference of 0.01 grams. And in total I did use 0.12 grams of this product. I did not use this at all. I used it today. So I am wearing like everything but the white shade, and then I think it's called Rose Gold. It's like a liquid eyeshadow from Appeal. That's what's on my eyes today. Really kind of boring look. I just wanted to use some of these shadows to kind of get a last hurrah in. It is not quite the end of December, so I am still going to kind of work on these guys. And we'll see. They could end up in my empties for next year. So that's it. We're done. We're done 2023 for this project. And for next year, I'm not panning an eyeshadow palette. I will probably do something similar with the face palettes. I kind of have a plan for the face palettes. I will be doing a no pan left behind project. So I will be doing an introduction for that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. I might bring back something like this, like a custom palette with just 1 or 2 or at max like 4 shades maybe that I'm actually working on finishing. I might have more shades in there, kind of like what I did this year. I was throwing in shades to play with, but I can see myself maybe putting in like those 2 shades. I might just leave them in this palette and try and finish them up, but maybe not necessarily within a project, at least at the very beginning of the year. Who knows? I am planning on doing a few more panning projects next year, at least at the start of the year. I want to do a few more projects. I did a year, like the last 2 years I did a lot. 2023 I kind of took a break because it was like too much panning. I want to do a little bit more panning, but also a bit more reviews. But I think I'm getting better at, and I really appreciate the encouragement from you guys because I was pretty bummed about my lip project pan. And then kind of after I let it simmer for a bit, I was like, you know what, it was fine. It was good, and I appreciate sometimes it's not about finishing a product, it's about getting to know the product, getting to know if you want to keep the product, just getting some use out of the product like this. Otherwise, if I didn't have a project, I wouldn't get use out of this. Like it would just literally sit in my drawer, which is kind of pointless because I do like it. So yeah, that's kind of a quick summary, a quick preview of 2024. So I do hope you like this project. I will have a playlist of this if you want to see, if you really want to binge watch the whole project. I do have a playlist for my Pan That Palette project for 2023. If you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.